Alright, here we are, playing our, it's the third league match of the season. It's against Sharur, so I don't know, we'll see how things go. Not feeling great this morning, but, oh well. This board looks really unlovely. We're both going to start by opening double Sea Witch, and then we'll see what happens from there. You can open double Sea Witch because of Amass. Probably want to pick up a few trails. That can be kind of a village with Sea Witch. You'll probably want to pick up more Sea Witches, to be perfectly honest about things. Given that that seems to be our main source of draw other than Sea Chart, which isn't going to work so hot with a lot of junk in deck. You can kind of trash down with Develop, but not really. Alright, we managed to not find a Sea Witch. That's always bad. And you managed to hit 6, so yeah, I'm pretty toast. This should be another Sea Witch. We could take an in if we want to play both. I mean, it's not like we're gonna miss our numbers is the thing. So it's unclear if I actually want to do that, or just pick up like another Sea Witch and hope for the best moving forward. Next turn's gonna hit 2, so that's gonna be like a border guard. Let's go this way on things. We'll just hope that you, drew one of those dead, and I'm not going to be taking, 5 curses before I give out my second. Or at least 4 curses before I give out the second. Could be 5 or 6, I'm certainly not guaranteed to find a Sea Witch on my next turn. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, this is going to be really bad. There's probably not actually a way to win this game at this point, but we'll go a little bit longer just to see. I was carefully contemplating a decision that should probably just be border guard. You have 6, so that means there's got to be well, no, you discarded some estates after a shuffle, so actually it could be virtually anything. Alright, am I going to get cursed twice this turn? This is the question. Yes, I am. Awesome. Jeez. Well, I want to see what the split's going to be before I resign here. Just out of pure curiosity. Will I take 2 more curses this turn, or will that be it? How did you not find your trail? Huh. Anyways. Yeehaw. 6-1. Okay, so it's gonna end up being 7-3. We'll just, now that we know that, we'll get out of this game. Oh, man. This stupid game of Dominion. Anyways. On to my start, in which hopefully there will not be such interesting shuffles. Or maybe I hope there will be, just, in my favor. Alright, what do we have here? Not a whole lot, actually. There's not villages is the thing that I'm seeing. I mean, you have Gondola. I guess you have, Necromancer Silk Merchant as a village. It's not very appealing. Draw is kind of under here with Herb Gatherer. You can get to Sybil maybe, but given that you don't actually really want Herb Gatherer, I don't see how that's going to happen. So probably our priority is just kind of get up to platinum as we can. I guess our start's probably going to be Silk Merchant Gear. I don't know how much more terminal we're going to want after that. Colonies looks like our main form of scoring. I don't think there's any way to really build that big here. Anyways, so yeah, we'll go Silk Merchant gear. I mean, you can always deal with them if they collide. I guess you could also go like Necromancer under the theory that gets you a little bit trashed out. Like maybe that'll get your estates out. Maybe okay. I mean, eventually you can do the you can do the apprenticing silk merchants. I think we'll start gear anyways and like pick up the Necromancer next shuffle under the theory that I'm going to split things. I don't know how I'm going to split things, but I guess we'll pick up Necromancer here. On this 4, keep our coffer around, keep our villager around. Seem like okay things to be doing. I mean, you'll happily take the Sybil if they rotate to it. I don't think that there's that much threat if they get the herb gatherer of doing more. I have a decision to make here on whether to shuffle here or not. I'm going to say the answer is probably yes. My alternative is like Squirrel this and then I don't know. This is like, what is this? This is estate gear. Yeah, let's shuffle here. Okay. You can set aside 2 estates and take another silk merchant. That doesn't sound like the worst thing ever. There's a Necromancer in there that's not the prettiest thing ever, but I think somehow we'll live with it. I could do the Apprentice thing right now, even. That actually seems pretty okay to be doing. Man, you're hitting an estate. That's wacko. What's it gonna be into? There's a classic thing with like gear and things that trash off the top of your deck is you end up setting aside your estates and then never being able to trash them. It's alright. I don't know that it's like that essential to be trashing estates. I mean, it's useful. It would be good to be trashing estates. I shouldn't be like saying that it doesn't matter, because it totally does. Oh, what's this 5 getting us? We could just go up and grab ourselves a gold. Like if we think the real target is, platinums, probably just move towards that is a good move. Like you should just go up and grab a platinum right here. Maybe the silk merchant stuff's fine. Like I could kind of follow that, but I think I don't know how well that deck actually is. It works, right? I mean, we could do it. We could try to do a little bit more Squirrel in deck. But I honestly don't really see that over just like platinum. Or we could take 2 silk merchants or silk necromancer. Like these are possibilities. What's happening next turn? Like have this gear, have this necromancer. I'll just take 2 silk merchants. Try to get into the shuffle. I really want another necromancer, maybe. I mean, eventually the silks are going to all disappear, so let's do it. Oh, okay, well, I'm not going to have this gear, and I'm not going to have this Necromancer, apparently, is what's happening. So that's awful. What do I want to do here? I think like a Vagrant, Herb Gatherer, Humble Castle, another Silk Merchant. That's another Silk Merchant. Jeez. I'm gonna say it. That was bad. Having that stuff miss was really bad. It just kind of throws off pace. Throws you off pace. No good, really. At this point, I definitely feel like I'm losing this game. Last turn going well would have really helped. Just say. Yeah, this is really not the idea. To just kind of not have stuff work. You can be into silk, and you can take like silk platinum here and be in a really good spot. And now what's gonna happen? Like I Necromancer a Mason, a Silk Merchant, and what can I get? Gondola? I don't know, maybe I'll hit my gold. I don't know what to do for... I'll do the gear first. Okay, well, there's the gold. We could just Silk Merchant with this if we want to try to move up in the world. Which I guess is what's going to happen. Just go up and grab the platinum. I mean, my hope is that your deck kind of runs out on Silk Merchants, and I don't think that's really realistic. You did just, like, get rid of all your Necromancers in that shuffle, which is maybe okay. Mason here? It's in there. That's Mason here. Hit the gold. No, hit a copper. Alright. Yeah. Certainly not as good as hitting other stuff, but you know, we'll try to make it. At one point I should be like squirreling. Like it's now a good time to be squirreling. Or should I be trying to get into this shuffle? We squirrel this, what are we buying? We go like another gear. Go like another gold. Like, I don't think I can draw anything that really makes me happy here, so let's not. Take Humble Castle. Those battlefield points. It's not the worst idea ever. Like, what else am I buying? Gear? Gold? Herb Gatherer? No. Another Necromancer? No. Let's go for it. There are not good things going on here. I'm gonna spy with this first Necromancer. I don't know what it's actually gonna do, but that is a lot of platinum. Yeah, I guess you have like all these villagers, so plausibly you think it's like realistic that you're gonna what's it? Like have a deck. I mean, it's time to green, right? I have like 1 silk merchant remaining. Yikes. Got 1 silk merchant remaining. Definitely not ideal. I mean, my problem is I think you can just double colony like without a problem, maybe even 2 turns in a row. Yeah, I think the Gear and Necromancer missed that one time. That was not good. That was not good. Was it the meaning of this game? Maybe. Well, you can't quite double colony. That's good at least. I should like try to get some of the extra battlefield points here. Like I have. Yeah, let's go for it. Colony Crumbler. Crumbler's not the most amazing thing ever, but you know. My theory is that like you're able to get. Let's go Crumbler. There's a platinum in here. Oh, I do have 2 left. So I can apprentice this one. It's no doubt there. What do I want to do with this? Just play Silk Merchant. I think it's Squirrel. What are we buying? Maybe like Small Castle? I don't love the castles, but yeah. That's kind of where we're at. I just have to stay ahead enough on points. Yeah. When I put it that way, it doesn't sound so realistic, does it? You're really gonna Haunted Castle me? Oh no. I feel like that might not be the best use of this. Like, especially after I've squirreled. It's just not that clear to me. I feel like that was kind of a... Like, you have so much platinum. Why are we messing with this stuff? Anyways. Okay. Hold these 2 over in case Grand Castle happens and somehow I can get it. Which I won't be able to, but, you know, we can pretend. I feel like this castle is just an utter distraction. You know, I'll take. I mean... Do I want a gold? Take Duchy. Take another Necromancer. Magnate. I'm just going to keep naming cards because I don't know what I'm actually going to do with 5. It's probably Magnate. But... I'm actually pretty stunned that you haven't been able to double colony. I mean, now I guess you wouldn't, maybe? I mean, you probably can. It's just realistically, and maybe next turn you're going to double colony. I've been lost for so long. The 2 castles was just so bizarre. I don't know, maybe the Necromancer opening was a bit better just because he did have that potential to trash the estate. And I mean, I think that was a pretty big difference. But then again, it's like, I never really felt like I was on pace, so to speak. If you buy a colony here, do I still just squirrel this Necromancer? Probably. Probably you can buy 2 colonies. I've been waiting for it like this entire game. Not quite. Well, I mean, you're probably not going to colony Province. You could colony Sprawling? I don't know. I was also trying to think about what your next hand looks like. It's like I think there's like 2 Necromancers and Platinum in there. So, I mean, it's not realistic that I get another turn if you do colony. But I think you'd also be looking at that as being potentially dangerous. And you go colony Sprawling, then I have to hit 13. Is that really realistic with my deck? Maybe. I mean, you don't know that I'm looking at this. I put a Magnate in, like I could hit a big number. I got like 2 castles. And you shouldn't have discarded one of those green cards, but... Alright. Are you going to win with a colony? Or not? And if you really think you have the better deck, like, you think double colony is unrealistic for me, which is a pretty decent assumption. I'll probably take Grand Castle here, or Province. Just squirrel this. And we'll hope for the best here. Here's my plus buy. It's pretty sweet. I'm going to take Grand. 13 points, huh? We'll go gear first. Chances are I won't be able to use the buy this turn, so we'll just set aside these 2 and like take a duchy or something. Yeah. I mean, if you take a colony, I don't know that I can really keep pace with that. I don't know what Kings is worth to me. Probably not a whole lot. I don't think I've taken any castle since the first 3, so Kings is only 8 points. Why would you do that? Like, seriously, just, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I can win, but anyways. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and apprentice this Silk Merchant. We need some buy. Okay, I did not find the other Necromancer, which means I just kind of lose this game, doesn't it? I need Crossroads. That's what I need. Oh well. You know, I mean, don't have your stuff miss. That's the That's the moral of the story, isn't it? Yeah. I think what was trying to go on over there may have been a little bit better, although I was trying to do the same thing, and I couldn't. Maybe the Necromancer first. I mean, it gives you a better opportunity at reaching the, reaching whatever, but it's alright. Okay, what's going on here? This is 4, which I'm not particularly impressed with. I mean, I'd be much happier with a 3/4, so you could, like, open Fisherman. Longer term, you can play this Rope Shepherd deck. That's what we're doing. I don't know exactly how to start this. It's probably going to be Shepherd Fishmonger. If I had it the other way where I could open a Fisherman, I'd probably take the Rope with it, but in this case, I think, like, shuffling is just that much more important. We should note that we have First Mate Fishmonger, which is thing adjacent. Like, you can play a whole bunch of Fishmongers with First Mate. I don't know that it matters that much, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, I think we're gonna start Shepherd over the Rope. That might not be the best idea ever, but the hope is basically that we end up playing more ropes this way, or can gain more ropes this way. I'm a little bit concerned about putting the Rope in first, just because I don't know how realistic it is to be hitting 4 consistently with it. You know, like here I'm about to buy Rope plus Warehouse. Maybe. Like, do we ditch all 3 of these? Probably. Just max out the cycling. I should totally be monkeying those. Doesn't matter, but it's cute to do. How do I feel about Warehouse in this deck? I feel pretty good about Warehouse in this deck. Like, what are our alternatives? Silver? Maybe. It's alright. Let's do it. Alright, do I want to hit 5 here? What am I doing with 5? I have no clue. I mean, the point is that we don't draw the Fishmonger, because we will be shuffling next turn. The Fishmonger doesn't get in the way of finding another Rope. Alright, makes sense to me. This will be Rope. Play Fishmonger, buy Rope. We'd really like to find the second Rope is the deal. Or the second Rope that I will have very shortly. Daimyo? Now? I guess you have the Fishmongers in deck. You can go Rope Daimyo. That's really the goal. I mean, definitely a Rope. I don't know. +1 coin is what it's realistically going to be. I don't believe in it. Yeah, I mean, I want more Ropes. I guess you're not going after the Shepherd deck, is what's going to happen. Like, you're going to go after this First Mate draw? Okay, we'll see. I'm going after the Shepherd deck. Shepherd decks are fun and cool, and make you find your Ropes more. Speaking of which, do we want another Rope? Probably. This is the thing we're doing. Does a Daimyo do us any good whatsoever? Maybe not. It'd be good to figure out a way to get Fisherman into the deck at some point, but... Five here. This can be Fisherman something. Good to go Fisherman Daimyo now. That'd be an okay shuffle. I guess we have the rope. We'll see what happens. May not be approximating how this game is going to work the best, but I just can't imagine it without Shepherd. Also with like Fairgrounds, like you want to be able to take on a lot of green, so... Okay, here comes the Shepherd in. Didn't find a rope. Let's go up for like an idol, maybe another Shepherd. I mean, I do want to start building up the what's it at some point. Econ. I guess there's some question like what's happening in here. I'm going to play a warehouse into this shuffle. There's going to be Shepherd and some green stuff along with some coppers. There's going to be 2 ropes. Yeah, I think I can probably afford to be taking the idol now. Or there's some argument that I just like monkey this warehouse and take another Shepherd or take another rope right here. That's actually probably what's going to happen. Go like rope Daimyo. I'm just scared that, you know, I can't make my numbers if I start putting Daimyos into the deck. At whatever rate. Apparently you only need 1 Shepherd to draw when you have Daimyos. Or not, because you bottom deck your stuff. Estate pasture in those bottom 3. No such thing. Jeez. Well, that's a functional deck. I don't know, maybe Daimyo is better for the econ, like you can eventually monkey stuff. It's an idea to stick one in right now. Like rope plus Daimyo. Is hitting 10 realistic for you? I don't know. Put it in. Let's put it in. I'm gonna see as like all of my stuff misses. Naturally. How do you do that? How do people do that? Someday I will discover how people do that, and I will become like so much better at Dominion once I know how people do that. Like, is just going to be a perfectly consistent deck suddenly? Probably. I mean, what? It has a bunch of Daimyos in it. I don't know. It's like that unrealistic for you to be doing it. It's just annoying that I can't, because I don't really see, you know, my stuff being that much different. This is no good. Like, I swear your Daimyos should be missing stuff. But they never do. Maybe a Fisherman or a Shepherd, certainly. Yeah. Is this idol the worst thing ever? Maybe. I don't know. Why would you... Doesn't make any sense. I guess Daimyo must have been the last card. Like, somehow you're getting to perfect consistency sooner, which is really annoying me, because I'm not really sure why. It's like you just had the one turn, and now everything works. Amazing. The idol's probably no good. Like, if that were a Daimyo, I would be still unhappy. I'm gonna win this game. I need to get more shepherds, or I need to get more fishermen in the deck. Somehow I need my shepherd to, like, not fail constantly. I don't even know if your deck can... I don't know if you can fail. Like, you have the Fishmongers on the bottom, you have the 4 Daimyos, and then you have, like, 2, 3... Man, there's some estates still left. Why don't you just take the last row? Yeah, okay. Do I even want to trash this copper? Maybe not. I mean, I want something that can discard to warehouse. So that when I Daimyo this shepherd... I could monkey it. What's in there? Green? Okay, that was a nice, completely useless boon. So this is going to be like Fisherman, Idol, Daimyo. Yeah, or put some curses in. I mean, that's the hope, is that that does something useful. Instead, I'm probably just going to full on dud, because I don't have, like, this magic top decking ability of action cards. Can your Shepherd bottom deck? Okay, it can. That's good to know that can actually happen. It's not like it really seems to affect your turn output, but it is good to know that it can happen. Of course, my stuff's all going to bottom deck too. Well, my stuff's guaranteed to bottom deck. Like this Daimyo is going to find nothing, I promise. I got a warehouse. I don't think I can afford to be trashing copper. What are you doing? I mean, we're going to Daimyo the Fisherman, so the question is, like, what's the... I mean, like this, maybe? Okay. Alright, we got everything. You gotta be kidding me. Look at the idol be absolute garbage. Alright. If I become more consistent, I'd want more fishermen, except I just kind of made them more expensive for some reason. So maybe this is like Shepherd Daimyo. How would I feel about that? Probably okay. Maybe put in a gold or something. Like, I don't know if I can really afford to be looking for consistency right now. But... Estate any good? Probably not. Silver any good? Maybe. I mean, I have to be throwing more payload into the mix if I want this to go anywhere, so let's do it. I just added a draw card. What could possibly go wrong? How do you find the curse? Oh well. I don't even need the shepherds anymore. That's amazing. I can just like pile a state on me right here. Maybe. Like, do you just pile a state? A real question. Yeah, probably. No, not quite. It's close-ish. If you just take 6 estates, what happens? Another intriguing question. Can I pile a state? Is there any way in the world that I'm hitting 16? No. I mean, you could basically just pass this and set up for next turn. I'm going to pile a state. Which means, I guess this turn I do my best to try to pile a state, or maybe I shouldn't have taken the Daimyo last turn, so I still like had some amount of potential in my deck to be doing such things. I mean, you can still have bad things happen. I don't know that it's that realistic, but you could still have bad things happen to you. You know, draw. Let's see, 8 cards. What would we want to see? Like copper, copper, rope, rope, rope. Pasture, 2 estates. It could happen. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I started off doing like what I wanted to be doing, and it just kind of died. Like I got the draw I wanted. I got the shepherd plus stuff. I don't know, the warehouse. Warehouse buy might have been really bad. I don't know what else. I mean, probably that should be a silver then. I mean, it saved me so many times, but it feels like it saved me so many times, but I don't really know. I mean, I think the shepherd first was fine, like that worked. It's just past that. What's going on? Alright, there's just gonna be some green stuff. Alright. I mean, if this turn's gonna work, it's gonna be because I find, something like that. Do I have any? I guess I have a shepherd, so let's play the Fishmonger. I was trying to figure out if I was going to have any Daimyo targets, and the answer is yes. Wisp, huh? Okay. I basically have to have a dud from you. So, there's some question about, like, what's the best move here? We could add another Fishmonger. We got like Fishmonger Province. And that's just so that, like, if you province, I have a way to catch up. I mean, if I get the full turn, I'd probably get 8 estates. Take a first mate. Fisherman. And just go province and try to follow. Titles might be super bad. And we're hoping for a dud here. I do hit 16 without, so let's just do that and hope that your deck magically fails. This is not looking like it's magically failing, although, yeah, alright, that's game over. There's not really a way that you miss 16 and 8 buys. Maybe you'll mess up, but I kind of doubt it. Just grabbing all your buys. What is this? You have more Fishermen, right? Like, you have 2 Daimyos. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I think I don't know. I think there was some bad I did some bad things. I'm gonna be honest. I just don't know, like, if I could do it over again, what would I have done differently? And I just don't know. That's the frustrating thing. I mean, I went to open rope. I got what I wanted to out of that. Alright, we have a 5-2, which is probably a good thing because I think Apprentice Bounty Hunter looks like a pretty sweet open, although it doesn't involve Silk Merchant, so maybe it's not that sweet. I mean, I think Apprentice is better than your other options. What else would you be opening? Like Silk Merchant Bounty Hunter? Apprentice Silk Merchant. I think I'll take the Apprentice. I'm not so sure. You see that? I telegraphed that I had a 5-2. Should have just amassed it. And I think you want to open Apprentice Silk Merchant, no matter. More so than the Bounty Hunter, you just want to like get the cycling going. Probably no Steward. I'm gonna kind of go either way on things. With Amass, you don't really need... No, I don't know. I'm gonna say you don't really need the Bounty Hunter, but... You can't amass when you have an action out, so maybe I'm gonna hit 3 with, like, Silk Merchant somehow and instantly regret it. I don't actually know how I do that, but I'm pretending like I will. I just really like to not, like, lose immediately this game. I'm gonna match the Apprentice. I'm gonna make Bounty Hunter. I'm gonna Scrounge. This turn I want to buy Bounty Hunter, although we'll see what the... Okay, this is fine. This is working out about as we wanted it to, so... all good. And so I can get up to the perfect shuffle, I just don't know really what it does for you. Now what? Silk. Farmhands a copper across. And if I'm shuffling here, I don't know what the Apprentice is going to hit. Like, maybe it'll hit this Silk Merchant that I'm about to buy. Seems alright. Could hit Farmhands, but I don't know what the point of taking a copper over is. Could scrounge for something. Oh, okay. Apparently we're not going to shuffle. We're going to buy and expand. I think? Yeah. I don't know what expand's going to do, but it seems like it's nice to have. Apprentice some coppers, really? Expand the Apprentice. Maybe just more silk is better. We'll be targeting with the expand, like last estate. We wait on it. That could take Farmhands and pull the copper over right now. I don't really need the village, though, right now. There's just nothing to target with the expand right now. Eventually, probably yes, but it's eventually. I'd have really liked to have shuffled there. It's just like, I cannot get my action cards to not be on the bottom of my deck. That's kind of the story of this match. So far, at least in my opinion. Drawing with Steward, never a good sign. Go up and get an expand? Oh, I just don't know what it does for you. Right? I guess you still have 2 estates around. It's okay. 2 estates. Trashers that aren't exactly greedy for... Let's see it. Keeping the 2 estates around is beneficial because you can make use of your expand, whereas I maybe can't. The Apprentice is greedy for that 1 estate, so it's going, I don't know. Maybe we just now take the Apprentice to expand and just go like double silk city quarter, something like that. We could also pull the Apprentice over with a Farmhands. But just go like double silk City Quarter. Silk Steward City Quarter. Oh, that's a trick. Woodworkers Guild. City Quarter. Missed that one nicely. Do we want to get another City Quarter in here? I don't think so. I don't think that that's that necessary. Let's see what you end up doing here. Are we taking the last two silks? Otherwise I'm bountying one of these. Probably. Okay. How's this shuffle? Fine enough. I'm going to bounty the Steward. Get back like Farmhands plus Steward. Steward, discard that. Out. We're fine there. Don't really... Well... I'm going into Underling. I don't really know how I'm going to produce. I think more draw has just got to be... Putting more draw into the shelf has just got to be better. Maybe like we go one silk to expand, one copper to Underling would be the ideal thing to have happen this shuffle. I don't even know if I have enough village for that, but it's fun to pretend like I might. I'm pretty light on getting coppers out. No. I guess we're ending things there. I haven't gotten much copper out. Maybe overly ambitious last turn not to just thin, but who has time for that? Scrounge for something. Scrounge from Apprentice. Scrounge for Magnate. Scrounge for Farmhands. That's a way to get estates back. I just don't know how valuable that is. Lovely. Okay, this is very typical. for this thing to have bottom decked. What are we doing? We can do our expand into expand, like bounty steward. Not a huge fan of that idea. Maybe bounty copper. I mean, we have to clear out the coppers at some point, I think. We could do the same Scrounge for Farmhands trick as over there. Just don't know what kind of numbers I'm hitting. If we bounty Steward. Again. Expand Silk to what? Another expand. Stop there. Scrounge for the Farmhands. Another city quarter. I mean, if we really want to push the expands into deck, probably. Yeah. The hope is like at some point I get to draw a lot, as opposed to these kind of measly draws that I've been having, which maybe is what happens when you have this much copper, but what else are we doing? Hope is to just push a couple more expands into deck and work from there. Thing is, like, you're definitely doing stuff it feels like a tiny bit before I am right now. Again, it's like bottom decking the city quarter. What are we doing here? This is really not amazing for your ability to have your turns go. Do we get to play extra actions by a lot if we find that city quarter and it's not on the bottom two cards of the deck? Yeah, we do. I don't really know where this game goes from here. Probably gonna end up bountying this Steward again. Exil's the state. Because we're gonna expand into one Steward. So we may as well free both at the same time. Seems like an okay theory. Hopefully we can trash out a little bit. That would be ideal. There's lots of good things that can happen this turn, and it'll start with actually drawing and not having the turns like go total failure like the last couple. Like we'll want another expand. And it'll trash out some coppers. Well, okay, we found the city quarter. That's really good news. What do I want to do here? I'm going to go Silk to... I can bounty the Steward. Go Silk to expand. Just trying to figure out, like, if I have enough cards. Whoops, that does not work how I thought it did. I am stupid. I need to unexile the one first. So probably we go expand. Well, we have to do this first. Okay. That's 3 cards to draw. If we expand the Silk, we'll make it 4. We bounty the Steward right now, we'll draw exactly. Leaving Steward on top is not the worst thing ever. Let's see, one of these is going to Farmhands. Maybe Estate. Let me just take another city quarter. I mean, right? Scrounge for a farmhand, set aside a copper. Is that better than just playing the copper? I don't know. That's an unlovely start to your turn. Probably need to stop trashing Silks at some point. I don't know when that comes, but... You know, we're doing better, we just need to somehow execute at the end here. Like, how are we going to score? A real question. Scrounge. Not. I mean, I always go like Steward into, I don't know, Magnate to Province. It's an option that we have. We should have plenty of Stewards. We keep gaining them for some reason. They are 2 coins, but... At some point I would like an Underling just so that I have a tiny bit more reach. I'm thinking... I could win, like expands and something, expands Stewards. I think that might be in range. I'll see what you do with your turn. Like if you somehow province, which I don't think is remotely possible. We be looking at something here. Expand stewards. That seems possibly in range. I don't know what's going to happen over there exactly, but let's see. Let's target expand stewards. This is a duchy, I think there's no way, but that's Apprentice, okay. I think, expand city quarter is going to be easier. If I draw, please. Okay. Expand city quarter. How does this happen? We have our 2 buys, so that's going to be Scrounge city quarter. Which means we can trash the silk. We just take these 3 farmhands into expands right now. I'll go silk to whatever. So I have a steward in exile, I do. And I can also still try to do expand stewards. Might be a little bit easier. We don't need this estate because our scoring is Scrounge for duchy. Unless we think we're going to Scrounge twice, which I don't think so. I mean, I'm assuming this is here somehow. I just need to figure out how. Silk to expand. I'm going to need the bounty hunter. Maybe bounty and expand. We're going to gain it back. Silk to expand here. I'm kind of touchy on whether I have the gains. I have a question of money also. We'll have money. Yeah, this is fine, right? Go silk to expand right here, draw it all. Can expand farmhands twice. Oh, I'm short, aren't I? Gosh dang. I don't have the... Well, maybe I do. If we do this the Underling way. I can go like copper to Underling. How do I get the last? I can get 2 expands here. Farmhands to expand. Copper to Underling. I think I'm just like 1 whatever short. I'm one gain. I'm 1 gain off. Well, if we go coppers to stewards, we can actually get a lot more money. Or if I go farmhands to expands. If I go farmhands to expands, I actually just have it right. Like, we can go farmhands to expands, we'll have 3 expands left, and go steward, steward, duchy, and then... Gosh. Not seeing it. The next thing I'm going to play is going to be an expand. 2 farmhands to expands. I'm going to go after city quarters or stewards. The other thing we can do is just score a lot. And hope for a next turn. Duchy, duchy, scrounge for duchy would be the scoring option. So unless I can figure this one out, which we'd have 3 expands, 4 coppers, 1 estate. And what? The other option is farmhands to expand copper to Underling. Draw. So farmhands to extend copper to Underling, draw. Expand farmhands to the other expand, draw with the Underling. I think that works. Expand. I still have an expand left for the estate. Yeah, I think this is good. Okay, farmhands to expand, draw that. This can go to duchy, stop. Woodworkers Guild that for a city quarter. City quarter. Alright. All good. No problems here. Alright. I wonder if there was an easier way to do that. Anyways, we got there. And it is your start. Good that I was able to win. Okay, what do we have here? Way of the Mouse Shop. Okay. We have not a whole lot of buy. I guess we're gonna start Blockade Lookout. Like, what else is there to do? Eventually, I mean, not eventually, like, I think you can target this torture stack and be pretty happy with things. Monkey's probably never providing enough plus card to really make up for the torturing. I don't think. Maybe. So I suspect this is just gonna kind of work out like, you know, whoever's able to blockade the right stuff first. I guess you actually can target trash this dungeon. Alright, tortures and tortures, not everything. I've changed my mind. Absolutely changed my mind. I mean, you can open whatever. Like, chances are you shop it. I mean, not chances are, but like, you have the ability to shop it, so you can kind of open whatever. I happen to open Lookout here. Which, I'm gonna just make a quick note that, like, even had I opened Dungeon, I would not be playing Blockade next turn, so it's kind of okay. Maybe take another Lookout. Like, I could end up practicing Blockade next turn. Yeah. Practice Blockade, take Blockade Dungeon, for example. I mean, practicing Blockade's just kind of better than, other alternatives. We're gonna take curses, that's for sure. Not wanna say that we're not taking curses, because we totally will. A little surprised you're not playing with Lookouts. Anyways. How would you play Blockade ever? Like, that doesn't make sense, right? Like, somehow you had Dungeon. There's no way you should be playing Blockade here. I guess you could have drawn, like, estate, other Blockade. That would have done it where you couldn't practice it. I mean, you must have seen the other block. No, you had 3. You had 3. What are you doing? Man. Didn't you watch my video? That's not how durations work. Anyways. Dungeon, right? Yeah. We're gonna manage to see, like, the 0 estates ever here. It's gonna be awesome. Why not just shop the dungeon? I don't know. Like, practicing Blockade is so much better than not practicing Blockade. You could shop the Lookout. Are you really playing without Lookout? I don't know. I mean, I have a decent shot at hitting 3 off of this. It's just... yeah, look at that. Dungeon? Another one? Surely. I don't know what Monkey's supposed to do. Well, I know what Monkey's supposed to do, I just don't fully support it. mean, it's gonna draw cards. That's what it's gonna do. Like, you can do it with Menagerie. You just need to actually trash down, which I'm, like, totally not doing, because, I don't know, the lookouts keep missing shuffles. And, okay, this is fine. We discard the dungeon, right? Yeah. We blockading Conclave. Merchant Camp. Could take a monkey. I don't think it's really necessary. I'm gonna take a merchant camp. What's the merchant camp even supposed to do for me? Menagerie. Conclave can work with Menagerie, alright. Let's do it this way. Like, don't get me wrong, Menagerie's a draw card. Right? Don't tell me I'm going crazy. Menagerie is a draw card. If you want torture, probably not. I guess the concern is, like, with monkey, if you actually, like, draw up, Marchland becomes a lot better. I should have taken a third dungeon. I don't know. The only thing we can do is we can shop the Conclave instead of villaging with it. For some reason that's more practical. Like, there's a dungeon on top. We'd like to, draw better. Like, we don't have to Conclave this lookout. I don't really know where I'm going with this deck. I'm just gaining stuff because it feels good. I mean, it seems like a reasonable thing to do to me. Gain stuff because it feels good. I mean, come on, I've trashed 3 cards. It's pretty good. I just really wish my, pace card that I opened with, which is Lookout, had gotten to be seen. As opposed to, what happened, which was it bottom decked. Ew, we are totally buying a torture right here. That's fine. It's so fine with me. I don't know. How much more copper's in there? Kind of a lot, right? What do you do? Lookout. Yes, that's not good. And there's another dungeon in there. We could just kind of draw this. Right. I don't know, why you work with torture anyways. I'll happily discard stuff. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting back around. Well, is that really true? There's a lookout, there's another dungeon. doing. Do a merchant camp and then do like Menagerie Blockade. Like, go ahead, play torture on me. I mean, right? Maybe get a second torture. Go ahead, play torture on me. I'll just take a curse. You can target trash. It'd be nice to be a little bit thinner than I am, but hey, Menageries are activating. Life is good. At some point I'd like a monkey, but I don't know when. Maybe this is just like all exploited by provinces instead of gaining random stuff. I don't know why you do that. It sounds like it's no fun, but absolutely no fun. You go like Marchland torture. That's what hitting 10 is all about. Did we trash a lookout or we didn't? No, we haven't trashed a second lookout yet. There is some question if you just start provincing, what do I do about it? Okay, we're not. We're trying to put my deck into a torture chamber. Like, come on. Right? That's not gonna work. Blockading. Can never have too many blockades, right? Another merchant camp. Probably get tortured twice. Having a midterm dungeon might be useful. I have lots of extra actions right now, though I missed one blockade and I'm adding an... Okay. That does not need to be on top, does it? Nah. Maybe it should have been. Take a curse. Discard. Blockade copper. I don't want to hit 8, so I can go like Marchland plus practice. Chain curse, yeah. Now we should do this first in case the second one doesn't get played. Actually, some potential problems with the Conclave. It's okay. What do about a third torture? I should get more thinner, more thin. Apparently English isn't making sense to me anymore. Again, I still don't actually know how I'm going to win this game. I'm just going to point out. But I'm hoping I'll manage somehow. Like, what are our practical considerations here? Blockade copper in the discard. I'm gonna have to remember these things moving forward. Just decided to not trash an estate. Okay. It's not playing the second torture. I mean, that's kind. It's not so far. Blockade's an estate. Oh, we must be going after Marchland. Okay. I'm seeing how this is. Oh. Huh. Probably gain 2 pierces. I'll light on lookout for that. So do 1. I would really like to not have to play one of the lookouts this early, especially since I think that's mostly good stuff. So on that note, probably will mouse it. Well, I can't really be affording to do that, can I? Yeah, that's how it wants to be. Really bottom deck 2 blockades here. Wait, undo that. Okay, what do we need? Like the last blockade. Could use some more Menagerie and then some like dungeon stuff. Yeah. I guess actually maybe we can like monkey one of these and then do the practice thing. Marchland plus practice. Like if I shop this, I have 7, can Marchland, and then practice, which is probably what we need to be doing. More Menagerie. And another dungeon. This one is a little iffy. We'll probably just actually go with another Menagerie. Yet another Menagerie. Or another Conclave. I'm going to get tortured 3 times again. That could be kind of unpleasant. But at the same time, it's kind of a question of like, do I have the draw or do I not have the draw? Maybe I only get tortured twice. The thing I can't do is I can't really handle estates that well. I mean, there's some idea that maybe at some point I can, like, empty estate plus curse in one turn. You're blockading them. The big problem I'm seeing with my deck right now is like, how do I overcome your scoring advantage? I mean, I have gains, but I do still need to be able to practically get more green cards into the deck. We should remember that we can shop blockades early in the turn. Which may be a more practical use of them given how many I have. Can also mid-turn blockade estate, which may be more useful since I can look out the curse out right then. If I get double tortured from here, I'll probably discard these 4. Just double Marchlanding. Yeah. That's actually fine by me. Assuming I don't have like way more copper than I think I do, which I don't. Okay. Let's do it this way. Actually, let's shop one of these first. I want to shop a second one. Yes. Oh. Well, apparently I do have more copper than anticipated. Okay. I'm going to Conclave a lookout here. And that's how what we have to do to keep the turn going, I think. No. Well, we can Conclave shop the lookout. Just try to make things go a little bit better. We want Menagerie, probably. Kind of need another dungeon, don't I? So we could do another lookout. We're free to play the lookouts mid-turn next turn, really. Or do we just, take all the marchlands? Probably not. Well, maybe. This is side estate menagerie. That's stinky. Maybe take the last 2 marchlands. What happens? A real question. So I just have to take this last one and hope for the best in my next turn. Actually, I want this to be a dungeon. One of them? Probably practical. I don't know how I'm going to respond to torture this turn, but, you know. I can start by discarding 2 curses. There's only 4 menageries in here. I'm not, probably not drawing. I think I had to take the last marchland. I don't think that was really that optional. I think I had to do the estate, so... yeah. It's kind of generally ungood. What am I at? 2 estates, 4 marchlands, and 3 curses. Sounds possible. Really going after the estate, huh? Yeah, that's fine. If I draw, which is, however unlikely, we'll empty estates and curses. Well, estates anyways. Really should have gotten a monkey at some point. Yeah. That would have been a good thing to have done. Maybe going into last turn. I'm going to take a monkey instead of the Conclave. I don't know how well I draw, but... we can watch Menagerie absolutely not find a way. 22, huh? Well, I can take everything. I'm good. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Not really at all, but we'll pretend it is. Okay. Okay. Apparently we're just going to have all the menageries bottom deck. That's lovely. What are we doing? Blockade, a lookout, take up duchy. those need to be going on top. Can your deck work when I only gain 2 things? Probably. Seems like it should be pretty consistent. I don't exactly think you can, like, win somehow, but I feel like you're kind of well on your way here. Monkey would have done a lot of good. Yeah. I thought I could draw through. Too many blockades, that's what I'm thinking. Too many blockades, not enough Menagerie. Yeah. Thought I was just going to be able to keep, like, playing everything all the time, and clearly that didn't happen. You're kind of just provincing, right? So you can blockade more estates. It's not really put me in a great position. If you blockade 2 estates, I think I just lose because I don't have any way to make up that many points unless you, like, full dud. Yeah, we just, like, stop. Say, okay, maybe you have a torture in hand. Oh, no. That's gonna be it. Alright. Huh. Too much blockade. I think that's gonna be tough anyways, but I really oversubscribed on the blockades and not enough on good things. Alright. This has Farrier. What are we opening? Maybe cargo ship Salvager. I don't know. Long term, your draw is like Sauna, Avanto, but I don't know how much you can actually get that into deck. Fishing village Salvager, cargo ship Salvager. Like, what's the chances that they actually collide? Kind of lowish. Farrier maybe a little bit higher. I want the Salvager, that's for sure. Really silver Salvager. Just do the big overpays. Eventually, like when we stick the Sauna in, the silver would be nice to have. Alright, I'm convinced. I don't think banqueting for buried treasure and then farriering this turn is where it's at. I don't. Like, eventually we will want to put at least one Sauna in. Trash coppers. That is terrible. We're just doing a big old Farrier overpay here. Guess so. What other options are there? Like, buried treasure, do the big ol' Farrier overpay next turn when maybe it's a little bit more practical. Yeah, okay. Not exactly happy with that shuffle at all. At all. This will be another big Farrier overpay. They will soon be gone. So bad. Having the Salvager basically miss everything is so bad. Let's see if you don't collide your Sauna and Salvager. Oh, no, you didn't. Okay, so this is Sauna plus... Well, I don't know. Maybe it's buried treasure plus. Buried treasure plus 5 cards. Sauna plus 5 cards. Hard to say. I mean, we can probably keep things going a little bit better with the buried treasure. I just hope we find the Salvager again. Three chances in 5. Not. Maybe that is actually what it is. Too hard to calculate. Sauna's my next. Sauna Farrier is my buys this turn. Hopefully we get the estate out and estate out. Nope. Of course not. Here we're going to take the last 2 Farriers, which I assume it's going to be the last 2 Farriers. What I assume is going to be the last 2 Farriers. We like Sauna Farrier plus. I have not been able to find my Salvager. As I say, this is the story of this match, is just constantly bottom decking things. Like the Sauna, that's okay. Don't overpay. Do I want to stick an additional Sauna in here, or do we just want to overpay by 8? Yeah, just overpay by 8. Make sure we get stuff done. Namely, trashing an estate and a copper. Then we'll be able to buy whatever. Alright. I'm going to take in another silver. An interesting move. Huh? Like Banquet to get 2 Avantos. Maybe you could take the last 3 Saunas. That'd be pretty obnoxious. Bad, but obnoxious. This one I probably want another buried treasure. I don't think the Falconer is that practical. Like buried treasure, Sauna. Alley? Seems alright. Yeah, let's go Alley. The good times are over. You have a Falconer in those, so probably we try to not buy a dual type. Well, I kind of like the buried treasure. I guess we're going to really want to bury treasure, maybe even 2. Just grant you the Falconer play. a Sauna. You know how quickly this game's going to be over. If Avanto gets uncovered, I wonder if I just stop here, go like Avanto, Banquet for Avanto. It doesn't get uncovered. I was convinced. It's like having the Avantos without the Saunas in deck doesn't do me a whole lot. On the other hand, like I shuffle trigger and then what happens? Suddenly not feeling good about this game. I mean, I missed my Saunas. I haven't been able to, basically haven't been able to trash since, well, 2 turns ago. But not seeing the Saunas hurts a lot. Not seeing the Salvager early hurts a lot. And I wonder if we're kind of just getting towards estates. Something else practical, like maybe we should be banqueting for buried treasures and like just trying to take estates out. Banquet for buried treasures, reap. Or shuffle triggering here. I'm not convinced that we actually get into really a draw game. You can have Falconer in those 3 cards. You can have Falconer in those 3 cards. It's going to be so annoying. When we have the alley, we can potentially get through some stuff. Either this turn or next. And I would do shuffle trigger. Then maybe we'd be creating a shuffle with... And I have to be careful about Banquet for Avantos. Why cards keep going onto the bottom of my deck? Oh well. These things happen. The fact that he took so long to play, well, it doesn't actually mean anything, right? Like, you could be salvaging, you could be waiting on the Salvager because you're trying to figure out if you want to hit some coinage, or you could be waiting on the Salvager because of the Falconer that you're about to be playing. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, Avantos aren't going to be up, so I'm going to go over this shuffle for sure. I would like that last buried treasure. Assuming it doesn't disappear right now. Right here. Fishing village, huh? So, we want the buried treasure. And then what? Do I want to dip into Avanto? I mean, we do shuffle this next turn. Oh, buried treasure, reap. That would be Banquet for buried treasure plus reap. Just call that a day. Again, if you dip into Avanto, maybe I can just like beat you up on estates. I have out 1 buried treasure. I'm not competitive on estates. I did a Banquet, take 3 estates. Banquet for buried treasure, take 3 estates. Is that really a reasonable move? Maybe. I mean, the thing is, you can kind of just province against it, maybe? What are you hitting, max? You see the Salvager with something? Yeah, I think there's a decent chance you could figure out how to take 5 estates. So what are we doing instead? Like, buried treasure alley? Buried treasure Sauna Avanto? The idea is that I just kind of have to connect the Sauna Avanto once. I could still do Banquet for buried treasure reap. Like, see if it can happen next turn. It should be Reap or Sauna Avanto. I'm gonna go Reap. I'm not thinner. I'm not concerned. I don't know, like, if I go over this shuffle, like, how much potential am I losing? I have the Salvager right here. I'd be losing kind of a lot. We lose the Salvager. Like 9 coming out, so maybe we just salvage a copper and buy province. Yeah, it seems like kind of a practical thing to do. Just because I don't want to have the Salvager excluded from this shuffle. It's the big deal. Especially not if I'm putting a province in it. Like, at some point we may be able to just do estates. In fact, you might be able to do estates next turn. That's kind of sketchy. Scary. Sketchy, but scary. Can you? You need a lot of buys. A Falconer? Not good. I really might just have estates this next turn. Kind of pointing towards maybe I should be shuffling here and going after them. Touchy. 9. Got 4 buys. It's 4, 5. And draw some more buys. I'd win. I'm really scared of this estate pile out coming this next turn. Like, you have a Salvager around, you have the 3 buried treasures out. I think I might just be losing next turn. Well, unless we are to, like, double province, which we can't quite do yet. Yeah, a little bit short of the estates. So I guess we're double provincing. Let's salvage the buried treasure, double province. That's how this is going to work. That's really the only option. I have to defend against the estates, unfortunately. Good thing I defended against the estates. You totally have 8 estates in hand. Falconer, Salvager. Just don't know how I'm going to have the next turn. Like, can I hit province ever again? Maybe not. There's one Farrier away from winning. It's not that bad. You'd have to do like Estates plus Duchy 21. Unlikely. Right? You'd salvage... I don't know what. You could bring like... I don't know, I'm not seeing it. Yuck. Other thing is, like, you at this point maybe take... I don't know. I'm just at full green. Full green. No time to worry about anything, really. I also wonder, like, you Falconer or Sauna, right? Maybe you can take some Avantos and actually have a functional deck. A real practical consideration there. Like, you can't imagine I'm winning this turn with only one buried treasure out. So, like, you have time right now. Then I'll have time because you're only going to have one buried treasure out. I would really like to not bottom deck my Salvager, bottom deck my Sauna a couple more times. Like, that's like why I'm not, like, finished right now. I just couldn't do it early. I mean, I also banqueted, but let's see, I could not put together the trashers early. That's a not very good thing to have happen. I really like to win this game. I'm actually, like, in a pretty iffy spot for demotion. Just double provincing. Yeah, okay. That seems okay. Not unreasonable. Okay. This is just a duchy, right? Yeah. Let's see what we get on our next turn. I mean, maybe you're able to double, triple province. No, not with only one buried treasure out. The imbalance in your buried treasures is kind of irritating. Like, it made it so that I had to worry about this estate pile. Genuinely. A little bit annoying to me. I mean, I'm playing a Salvager here, though. We may just be fine. I don't think you do better than 13 this turn. Oh, I have a lot of buys. It's just going to be a matter of money from here. I mean, there's a lot of cards to not be finding the Salvager in. I'm just going to point out, like, it's not going to be like a, oh, I didn't find my Salvager, this sucks, I'm so unlucky. This time around, early on in the game it was, but this time not so much. The other thing is, like, if you manage to play 3 buried treasures and buy a province, it's not great for me. Because, like, even if I can't double at that point, like, you're gonna easily be able to overcome that, which means I may be in a duchy situation. Duchying situation. I mean, we're prepared for it, but yeah. 2 buried treasures and problems. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, that is not a salvager. I guess we're going to double duchy. I mean, what else is there to do? Probably not singling. Definitely not provincing. Not touching the provinces. You might be able to empty estates, but yeah. It seems pretty straightforward what I'm doing here. It just looks quite bad because I could not get my thinning cards together. I wonder if you can triple. I might be able to triple, salvage a province. Yeah, you barely double when you have the 3 buried treasures and salvage a duchy. I don't think you can triple. 4 duchies seems like it's out of the question. Well, 4 duchies is maybe in range. Like, you salvage a province and you buy 4 duchies. 20. Yeah, I'm skeptical. There is some question of what happens for me this next turn. Like, I may just be reaping. Which is not ideal. By any stretch. I mean, one consideration, I guess, on that side is that I theoretically would have the ability to double province, or, I don't know, something good. Emphasis on theoretically. This deck is not working at all. I don't even know how I find the salvager from here. The only thing I don't think there'll be is a win. Well, 8 buys? No, there's going to be a win. There's going to be a win. 7 buys. You can, like, Falconer a estate or whatever, or salvage the Falconer. Yeah, not good. Not good. I think you can empty estate. I wonder if I, like, missed banqueting for a bunch of Sauna Avanto pairs. Sauna Avantos at some point, like 18 and 6 buys. Maybe that turn that I double provinced. I missed that. I just barely got to double province though, so that wasn't actually in range. Falconer would have been nice to have. Just very true. There you have it. Sigh. I'm really not, like, felt like I just kept bottom-ending. I mean, I feel like there was definitely some not great play in there, but I just don't know ever how to make up for this, like, thing where I just bottom deck all my cards constantly. At least that's what it feels like. This is going to be one where, like, people are like, you complain too much in the comments, and I don't really care. Anyways, I'll see you all.